whispers are coming out about Ankara's possibly arming the Islamist radicals. The head of Turkish defense industry visited Dhaka to meet Yunus. Turkish technical team was reported to survey Chittagong and Narayanganj. Some of the social media claims about a broader Ankara, Islamabad and Dhaka angle. Turkey's moves fit Erdogan's broader playbook as far as this region is concerned. They are definitely going to aid the dormant terror networks in East and Northeast India. Jai Guru and welcome to Heartland Ari. In today's episode, we are going to dive straight into the very murky waters of the recent Turkish moves in Bangladesh, where whispers are coming out about Ankara's possibly arming the Islamist radicals. So we are going to talk about Turkey's defense deals, their support for groups like Jamaateislami, and what this could mean for India and the region. So the very first point, a kind of an introductory point, is about Bangladesh's political vacuum. Muhammad Yunus has given us enough signals to whoever is watching that he is hand in gloves with his handlers in creating the political void that is Bangladesh today post Sheikh Hasina. And this has allowed the radical outfits like Jamaateislami and hefazateislam etc. to stretch their legs. While Hasina kept these guys on a leash, our very own Muhammad Yunus had made them sit on his lap. And as if giving a free ticket to ISI or catalyzing the Rohingya problems once again was not enough, we now have Turkey under Erdogan in Bangladesh. Now about this Turkey cozying up to Bangladesh, this is what we know so far. So in July 2025, somebody called Haluk Gorgun, who's the head of Turkish defense industry, which is SSB, he visited Dhaka to meet Yunus. There was also the Bangladesh Army Chief, General Wakar-uz-Zaman. There was the Navy Chief, Hassan, and there was the Air Force Chief, Mahmud Khan. The agenda was to deepen the defense industrial ties, including plans for two Turkish-backed defense complexes in Chittagong and Narayanganj. These zones, backed by Bangladesh Investment Development Authority or bida, could produce everything from drones to missiles, leveraging the strategic seaport access of this region. Chittagong is sea, so you manufacture and then there is easy distribution. There is a ready distribution network via sea, open seaports. What are the weapons on table? As far as my information goes, Turkey is already a big arms supplier to Bangladesh. Bangladesh imported about 60 million in weapons in 2021. But these recent deals, they include TRG 300, Tiger, MLRS, Bayraktar TB2 drones, armored vehicles, night vision system, so on. There is already a 2021 artillery production agreement that signals Bangladesh's growing interest towards Turkish tech. Bida's chairman, this Investment Development Authority, Mahmoud bin Harun, he visited Turkey's state-owned MKE to discuss tech transfer and military cooperation. Turkish technical team was reported to survey Chittagong and Narayanganj. I believe they are still at it for these projects. And Bangladesh is supposed to offer them tax exemptions once this entire thing is set up. Now, where is the worry? You guys know where is the worry. Normally, countries buy weapons, they set up factories, it's a regular affair. But in this case, reports are suggesting that Turkey is not just selling arms, but potentially funneling support to radical Islamist groups. This buzz, this has been backed by Indian media, this has been backed by intelligence sources, And this buzz is whispering that Turkey's intelligence agency MIT is getting extremely closey with Jamaat. Now, MIT is also probably funding Jamaat's infrastructure, which includes renovating Jamaat's Dhaka office in Mogh Bazar. There are a couple of podcasters that are of the opinion and that have their own sources to confirm that this Mogh Bazar office would also double up as Turkish MIT local headquarters. Then there is talk of Turkish cash and logistics propping up the Jamaat's existing network. Bangladeshi Islamist leaders like Sadiq Kayam has already visited Turkey, and this is perfectly dovetailing with Erdogan's pan-Islamic agenda. Incidentally, Jamaat's vision of an Islamic welfare state is also modelled on Turkey, and this has been stated by Jamaat's General Secretary, Ghulam Parwar or something. I don't remember his name. Mia Ghulam something. So if you add all of this with the recent industrial deal and with these whispers of MIT trying to set up offices and all, you will get a picture. Now, all that aside, there is also the fact of deployment of the Bayraktar drones near the Siliguri corridor. Then forget about Turkey for a brief couple of seconds and focus on Yunus. There's this very real issue of Yunus lifting the ban on Jamaat and Chhatro Shibir. So even if we consider this to be a little bit of speculative on our part, on the media's part, about Turkey and Turkey's proposed ambitions in Bangladesh. But there is this very real issue of Yunus lifting the ban on Jamaat and Chhatro Shibir and the resultant growth of radical Islamism in Bangladesh. So some of the social media under that light, some of the social media claims about a broader Ankara, Islamabad and Dhaka angle targeting India is then not without merit, frankly. Now, what is India's worry? India's worry is that India has got a 4,000 kilometer long border with Bangladesh. The border is porous, and the kind of radicalization that is on in Bangladesh is a clear and present danger. Because terrorist groups like Jamaat, terrorist groups like Hefazat, terrorist group, the dormant terrorist outfits actually, like Huji, would definitely exploit Turkish arms deal, this Turkish benevolence, this Turkish presence to destabilize India's northeast, especially near Tripura and Mizoram. They would also push for cross-border infiltration, and they are definitely going to aid the dormant terror networks in East and Northeast India. Turkey's alignment with Pakistan, seen during Operation Sindoor, adds fuel to the fire. So an Ankara, Dhaka, Islamabad axis could actually create issues for India. And then Bangladesh in that case, as if, Pakistan was not enough, then you have a Bangladesh as a new pressure point on the eastern flank. There is also the very gory truth of rape and murder of thousands of Bangladeshi Hindu minority. Once these Islamists are emboldened by Turkish backing, this is going to grow. This is only going to grow. This is not going to sort of reduce. As far as the geopolitical chessboard is concerned, Turkey's moves fit Erdogan's broader playbook as far as this region is concerned. After all, he's all about flexing military-industrial might and a pan-Islamist ideology to carve out influence zone wherever possible, whether it's in Iraq, whether it's in Central Asia, and now Bangladesh is offering a platform, so why not utilize that as well? Now, Bangladesh, with its $4.5 billion military budget and a strategic location, naturally becomes a very juicy target. For Turkey, this is a chance to counter India. For Turkey, this is a chance to cozy up to Pakistan. For Turkey, this is a chance to project power in South Asia. As for Bangladesh, Turkish arms and investments are tempting because Yunus is clearly incompetent to run a country. So he should be salivating at it because this is a brilliant breather for him. In this chessboard, as far as India is concerned, India must double down its defense ties with Armenia, Greece and Cyprus. In fact, not double down, triple down probably. Push missile systems and other defense systems to these states and go overboard. typically, at least make the show of going overboard. Now, my idea is I'm drawing a leaf from the playbook of the West that an orchestration of domestic disturbance in Turkey could also be a way forward to enable the neighbors. If you are successful in catalyzing a domestic disturbance in Turkey, this is going to enable the neighbors to weigh in, the Turkish neighbors like Greece and Armenia. As regards the old ISI link, so you have a Dhaka, Islamabad and an Ankara connection. If there is an Ankara connection, then you handle that part through Greece and Armenia and Cyprus and probably orchestrate some domestic issues there. As far as the Islamabad angle is concerned, the Rawalpindi angle, not the Islamabad angle. As far as the Rawalpindi angle is concerned, there is already, the very real aspect of Balochi rebels and TTP. And that is something which needs more than an active attention as far as New Delhi is concerned. So what's the bottom line? Turkey's deepening ties with Bangladesh from defense zones to Jamaat support are a geopolitical curveball. Ankara is arming radicals that could destabilize Bangladesh, that could threaten India's security, and that could embolden an anti-Indian axis with the help of Pakistan. So this is yet another wake-up call for New Delhi to tighten the borders and boost counter-terrorism. Bangladesh is a tinderbox, and Turkey, ISI, Washington, Beijing, whoever is destined to try and utilize this to weaken, because in international relation, especially if you're on the rise as an economic power, there are orchestrations that would take place with the idea of weakening you. Whether they come from allies, whether they come from adversaries, doesn't matter. But there would be such orchestrations. So irrespective of, whether it's a Beijing or a Washington or a ISI or a Turkey or whoever, for whatever reason, for whatever agenda, if Bangladesh is providing a platform, there's bound to be powers that are going to try and utilize that. So this becomes another wake-up call for New Delhi to tighten the borders. You keep your borders safe, you boost your counter-terrorism, you deal with that 0.5 fraction which is there in your country. So that's all for today. Please stay sharp, please like, share and subscribe, and I'll be back soon with a new video. Jai Guru.